wanted to spend a little time and talk to you about something that may or may not occur with you during newer or fresh grief. During that first year, especially, but beyond that first year, it can go up to 2 or 3 years even, and then hit again and again during anniversary times. Um, Something that reminds you, and it deals with sleep. So, our bodies are designed to get anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 hours of sleep a night. And during grief, it is so unpredictable. Anything can set you off and set that mind spinning into motion where you're trying to get to sleep, you're trying to do the relaxation. You may have tapes, you may have music, you may have even something a pharmaceutical drug that you take, or an herbal concoction that you take to help you with sleep. But the sleep seems elusive. Either you wake up after a couple of hours, or you can't get to sleep, and then till you're so exhausted that you drop, and you'll get 3-4 hours, and then boom, you're awake again. So it's that frustrating pattern of loss of sleep, and it's different for everybody. So some people can take a nap during the day, which will help offset it. But people who are still working, people who are lead busy lives. Even though I'm retired, I've never ever been a person who could take a nap. So what do? How do you get through an all-nighter, for lack of an easier way to put it? What do you do for yourself when sleep becomes elusive? Do you stay in bed, close your eyes, and try to focus on one thing to see if you can go back to sleep? That might work for an hour or two, but beyond that, most people don't have the patience to just stay there awake. So get up, read a little bit, try to stay away from the electronics or the television set, the things that might stimulate you and keep you from being able to go back to sleep. But be patient with yourself and be kind with yourself. You may need a little more sleep than you're used to getting. What you're going through is not only an emotional time, it's physically exhausting and physically draining when you're in the midst of new grief. Some days it's all encompassing. It takes everything you have even to be able to get out of bed. And then other times it takes everything you have to get you to get back into the bed. So kindness, patience, and if you're a family member of a loved one who is struggling with sleep, try to be as kind and as patient and as understanding as you can. They're going through a physical change in their life. Not just it's physical, emotional, spiritual, neurological. So it hits every ounce of your being to be able to work through that. And if there's a trigger, whether it's a song or a TV show or whatever it is that triggers a memory, that can disrupt it all over again. So how can you find a way to be kind to yourself? A hot bath, a hot shower, whatever your preference is. A book. I like reading out of some of the quote books, or one of my favorite authors is Mark Nepo, who has several books that are a short essay type read. Find something that's going to soothe your mind. Find soft music that is going to soothe your being. And if you have like a sleepy time tea, or if you have an herbal concoction, something that you can rely on that will help with that, rely on it. Try anything and everything you can to get the rest that you need. But most of all, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. Treat yourself as if it were someone that you love, that you're trying to help, because you gotta love you first, and it's the hardest time in the world to do it when you're in the midst of that kind of pain. So until next time, I don't have any solid answers, but I know you're struggling if you're in the early stages of grief. And if that's the case, be kind to you, be empathetic to you, love you, and until next time, thank you.